Hi there, I'm E.A. Tischler, founder of New Horizons Golf Approach. Some of you may have seen the first video I did on sustaining the line of compression. Today I want to talk about a couple of additional factors or influences that help us sustain that line of compression. One of those is what we call your aim point. Your aim point is basically the direction that you are extending your right forearm as the club goes down through the ball into the extension. There are a few different aim point procedures. Some people feel like, and to demonstrate this, what I'm going to do is show you just how I might throw a ball to get where that aim point would be. And so if I were to throw a ball down at where my actual ball location is at the ground, I'd set up, and my right forearm is going to throw that ball straight down like I'm trying to throw it at that ball. Well, my aim point is at the ball location if that's the direction that I'm throwing it in. If I aim a couple feet out in front of the ball and go ahead and throw one, then we're going to see that my aim point is more down the line. In this case, my aim point is closer to 45 degrees down the line instead of it being actually at the golf ball. We also have people that have an aim point procedure that's actually much more out in front and down the line. Okay? What we'll find out is these aim point procedures in general will correspond to what we call your swing path. Golfers that are more on top and they have more of a covering action coming down, their aim point is closer to the ball location. Golfers that are more side on and have more of what we call a cornering delivery action, their aim point is more 45 degrees past the ball. And golfers that are more under, their aim point is more towards the target, so it's much more down the line. So what you want to do is to find out where is that best aim point. Where do you want to feel like you're directing that right forearm during the delivery action so you have an aim point that keeps you delivering that club down the line. Now, what you're going to find out is that we want this delivery action of that right forearm is to be as in line as possible. We have hinge angle in our wrist and our right arm falls at the elbow during the backswing. During delivery, we're trying to straighten that angle out. And as we're straightening out those angles, we're going to find we're straightening it in a certain direction. That's a very in-line type of activity. And we're aiming that inline activity at a certain point, and that helps us keep that club moving in a planing action and moving down the line where we can sustain that line of compression. We can also see if I get set up and I create hinge angle in my right wrist and maintain that hinge angle as I'm coming down, and then I go ahead and put a line across my forearm, that we can see a golfer that's coming down with this attitude is going to have an aim point that's a couple feet out in front of the ball. As this moves back and forth, we can see that the plane of my shaft and the plane of my forearm are staying on the same plane, and if I aim my forearm at the proper aim point down the line, then I'm going to have that club coming in at the proper angle, and I'm going to be able to sustain that line of compression better. Learn to develop an aim point that works for you. If I'm more of a non-top golfer, I'm going to aim a little bit closer to the ball, so that looks like this. Now you can see I cut off the stroke action. I did it on purpose just so we could see that when I came down and through, that aim point was much more in front of the ball, closer to the golf ball. If I'm going to have more of an extension that falls outward more, my aim point is going to be a little bit more out, and I'm going to feel that fall through is going to go a little bit more through like this. Okay, so that aim point was much more outward than the first one. However, it still had an aim point that was about 45 degrees past the ball instead of truly down the line towards the target. If I want to be an under golfer, I can pick that aim point that's going to be further out, so as I come into delivery, I'm more in this attitude. As I come into the ball, I extend, it's going to be more out this way, and then my follow through end up pointing more out towards that target. So there are 3 different aim point procedures there. I'm going to find out to what degree I need to get that aim point at the ball, past the ball, down the line 45 degrees, or down the line towards the target. I'm going to find out which one works best for me so I can sustain that line of compression and I can be a better ball striker.